right here is where we're going to build the base of this cactus farm. You can see I've marked out the areas. And so my job is to place a lot of slabs. Now the edge is done. Let's go and fill in the middle. There we go. The base is complete. And let's also add a border of bricks around the outside. And then I can begin placing all the sand ready for the cactuses. I'm also going to get absolutely loads of mobs spawning on this platform. So I'm going to go and activate the mob switch. And whilst I'm at my house, I'm also going to craft 4 temporary hoppers, which are going to be very useful. And the reason they're going to be useful is because I'm going to place them all there. And then if any blocks come down here, I'll be able to recollect them. Just like that piece of glass that's floating away. And now let's get back to placing sand. Perfect. And now that they're all in, we can start adding lots of gates. And now that all these gates are in, I need to mine all the stone slabs underneath because they need to be gaps. And that is now perfectly done, so all of the cactus will be able to fall down the holes. Now I'm going to craft a load of spruce fences. And they're going to be placed along so that every time a cactus grows, it's going to get broken. But doing that and placing stuff every time, I could maybe do something like that. Although I'm thinking it's still quite slow. So I think the best thing to do is to actually build a roof above it for the next layer. And as you can see, once the roof's placed in, it'll make placing all the fence post much easier. After some serious time, I have placed every single gate up here. I've basically, done quite a lot of this, and I haven't even placed all those fences down there yet. But having done that roof, it's now going to make placing these fences so much faster. And finally, every fence is in. I've just got one thing left to do. Actually, that's not true. I've got 2 things left to do. First, I've got to place all the water in. Okay, not like that though. We've got to do it like that. And then I get the joy of placing down every single cactus. And there we have it. The layer is now officially complete. And each layer gets about 800 to 900 cactus per hour, which is quite a lot, but definitely not enough. So the reason I wanted to build that first is because I'm just going to need so much cactus for the whole farm. And so that'll be collecting it up for me whilst I can do other stuff. Best way for me to get ancient debris is going to require me to have a lot of slime. But this farm right here, it's okay, but it's nowhere near going to be fast enough. Instead, I'm going to build a super powerful portal farm inside of a swamp biome. That way I don't have to spawn proof an entire area or worry about building it where there's slime chunks. This design is by ENXO4 and it is a very cool concept indeed. And now a massive area has successfully been flattened. Now to go and gather the materials. You'll notice I'm only coming back with obsidian, stone, cobblestone and iron blocks. And that's because I've had a change of heart. Building this farm in a swamp will mean it'll only work at night, which is why I think it makes sense to go to a slime chunk. Because this area is underwater, mobs generally speaking won't be able to spawn. And I just need to box in this slime chunk. Now to grab some sponge and drain it. Looking very good indeed. Now to remove all the gravel. Next I'll build a beacon and mine everything super fast. Now is the entire room well and truly dug out. So let's now break this beacon. Next I'll build some giant portals. Now did I make this too big? Yes, I did. 23 blocks is the maximum height it can be. There we go, that's much better. Now to build 3 more. And they are all now done. And thanks to mob spawning changing in 1.18, these portals make it so that no other mobs can spawn. And now to add loads of platforms for the slimes to spawn on. And that is all of the platforms complete. Now to add some torches up here. And now to build all the way up here and create the AFK platform. And apparently I've got no glass and I need a load. And whilst I'm home, I can also repair my pickaxe. Need a few other items, I've got them all now. So let's do more building. And here is the area where the slimes will fall in through the portal. I can come up here as well and access this portal if I need to. And before I properly link this one up, I want to break this tower. Next I'll build a trench that will get rid of the pigmen. And at least I know the farm's working from all these slimes. And then there needs to be trapdoors along here. And the same on this side. And then I'll add iron golems in little slots in the walls. Never mind, pigmen can't see through portals, so I'll just leave you there and leave this. More importantly, let's link this portal. And this is exactly where the portal will need to be. So slimes will come through this portal, and any of the big slimes will get caught in this lava and then turn to smaller slimes that can go back through the portal, or the small slimes can just kind of go through. So that's how that works. If I go up here, it should take me up to sky limit. As you can see, we're all the way up here. If I go all the way down, going through one of these portals will also connect me up here. You can see the slimes already coming through and into the place where I can take them out. And because I'm using looting on this slime farm, it makes the rates much better. As you can see, we've got loads coming through. All I need is 40,000 of these slime balls, which with this, it shouldn't take too long. And after a few days of chilling here, I have so many slime balls. Look at that, that's loads and loads. Now I can begin my next project, which begins with gathering lots and lots of ender pearls. Yes, I do have a wither rose farm, but I'm going to create something much better than that. Here's all the items that I'm going to need. Time to head to the end. So I believe the best place to build this is going to be this way. And what I want to do here is place a bucket of lava. And once that's got to the bottom, we're going to put water right here, and that's going to turn it all into cobblestone. And I could now be extremely careful and just float to the bottom using water and all that kind of thing, but that sounds a bit boring. So instead we're going to do something like... okay, well, that was not part of the plan. If we just do that, there we go, no problem. And now we can fill this up with ladders. Maybe I should avoid doing things like that since my entire livelihood depends on not dying in this world. I've now bridged far enough away to avoid any enderman from spawning. Let's now build a platform. Also, the reason enderman farms are built as close to the void as possible because mob spawning happens in the world from bottom to top, so the lower the farm, the better the rate. Now I'm going to very carefully use my water to make a platform underneath. And this is going to be storage for all the ender pearls I'm going to get. So a chest like this, one here and one here, with some more on this side as well. And then these can feed into more chests underneath with hoppers like that. I'd also like to change this block right there, do this, and then we can add some ladders to get out. And these hoppers are going to go like that. And we'll kind of do something like this so that it alternates to both sides. Now we're going to build a little bit of a roof for this so that no enderman can get down to me. And that is the platform complete. And if we add double carpet on top, it will stop enderman from teleporting here. And now we're going to build a chamber that goes high up enough so that the endermen take loads of damage. Now the chamber is complete up to the right height, but before I can go any further, I'm going to need some ender pearls. Thankfully with the looting effect, that's pretty easy to get. I now have 14, yeah, that's going to be enough. Now I just need to build this giant platform. As you can see, the farm is working quite nicely. We've got loads of endermen, however, I have run out of blocks. So I'm just going to pop home and get some more. There we go, that should be plenty of stone. And now back to building. There we go, perfect. Now let's put trapdoors along here, and then build up 1, 2, 3 with an iron bar and a carpet. And I'm going to get a minecart right here, and I need to spawn an endermite. Okay, hopefully that still works. Okay, finally we got an endermite. That took way too long. I'm going to take off my thorns armor so that I don't defeat it. Just realised that before it can be in a minecart, you have to name tag it first. There we go. Now to get it in that minecart, perfect. Let's break some blocks so it goes down there. Also needs a carpet on top of it. Okay, well that was a useful totem. I ran out of carpet, so I'm just stealing them from down here. But this one is going to go on top of him. And that should be the farm complete. All the endermen seem pretty angry at me. But yeah, they're going to run to attack the endermite, fall down, and I can just take them out down here. As you can see, this is a great way to get loads of ender pearls. So what I'm going to do is AFK here for a bit and fill up all the chests with ender pearls. And it looks like now I have all the ender pearls that I could ever need. I think every single chest is completely full. The next thing I'd like to do is build a moss bone meal farm. It's going to take a lot of items to build, but it's going to help my other bone meal farm keep up with my tree farm. And there is all the items I need. Time to start building. I'm going to fill in this area here, and this is where I'll begin building. We're going to start with a 5x9 platform of stone. Then we need 5 furnaces here, and a bunch of pistons on this side. And I don't know what's going on there. I haven't minded it. There we go. Then we need water here, and get the lava. And what do we do with the lava? We put it on top, and what do you get? You get a nice little stone generator. All right, well, why do we need a stone generator? You'll soon find out. But we've also got these blocks along here. We're going to need to mine quite a bit of grass. Well, not quite a bit, but a little bit of grass along here. Then we'll put a block here and a block here. We're probably going to have to do a bit more mining of the grass in a bit. In hindsight, I probably should have built this 1 block higher, but it's too late now. We're just going to have to live with it. I've created here a fancy bit of redstone that allows me to turn this machine off or on like that. As you can see, it's on right now, and that's going around and around. And now it is switched off again. We're also going to add a bunch of redstone all the way along here. And redstone here with a block next to that, which is going to be 5 long in total. Now let's add some stone blocks along here with open trap doors. And we need glass that goes all the way around. And this will get filled with water. Then I'll simply box this in and place redstone on top. I've done even more redstone just here. I didn't want to bore you with the details. But next we're going to get the good old moss block. We're going to put a couple of temporary blocks and then a dispenser facing into it, which is going to be pumping bone meal. So to do that, we're going to need 3 hoppers, then a redstone dust on top, and a couple of, not like that, but we're going to need a couple of pieces of glass and a bunch of other stuff to make it work. And to get any further, we must now dig a hole, and then 6 droppers are needed, although for some reason I've only got 5, so I'm going to have to go and get another one. And when you've got a teleporter, it really doesn't matter having to go all the way home. On the contrary, travelling is extremely fast. Now that that's added, let's get back to work, which means placing hoppers. And here we've got composters on top of hoppers, so some of the bone meal is going to go into this chest, and some of it's going to go back into the farm to grow even more moss to get even more bone meal. With all these hoppers in place, a bit of water here will make the items flow over all the hoppers. A little bit more redstone here, and this is kind of satisfying because as you can see, it's kind of going inside all of the glass. And the very final thing to do is get rid of this hole, and then a line of redstone kind of underground here that's going to go all the way around to this comparator. There we go. Let's cover it all up. To get the farm going for the first time, we're going to need some bone meal just in this dispenser. It'll replenish itself in the future though. I flick this lever and everything should be working. And basically, as you can see, it's turning the stone into moss blocks, and then it keeps creating more stone here with this generator. Look at that. Bone meal already coming in. Bone meal going back round as well. Not quite as powerful as this farm, but a lot more reliable when I'm not in the area. I'm also digging a tunnel along here because we need to connect this machine to these hoppers. So we're just going to run hoppers all the way around like this. And this has made me realise that I need many more hoppers. And for now, I want to just leave this machine unconnected to the hoppers to see if it gets me loads of bone meal when I'm not in the chunks. Although I seem to have discovered a slight problem with this machine. The ice will freeze if I don't put some light source there. And I forgot to get rid of that block. Okay, I messed this farm up a lot. A torch should solve the problem. There we go, no more ice freezing. And that has made the bone meal really start to pour in.